watching Today in St. Louis.
Smashing records to help our community. We have the final total from this year's Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis fundraiser. People turned out for Hardee's 19th annual Rise and Shine last Friday and helped raise the record $570,000 for Heat Up St. Louis. That's 90% more than their original campaign goal of $300,000.
How incredible is that?
I tell you, it's a pretty good Wednesday morning when you think about those two things, Chester.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Live from the KMOE Broadcast Center in downtown St. Louis. News 4 is in storm mode.
Great news to report tonight regarding this year's Rise and Shine for Heat event. This year's event in Missouri and Illinois, Hardee's locations, raised a record $571,000. All that money will go to Heat Up St. Louis to help people stay warm during the winter. The goal for this year's event was $300,000. So definitely surpassed that goal. I mean, great news given the fact that it's been such a long, cold winter.
It has, and generosity of the St. Louis people for sure. Maybe they're realizing it because it's been such a long winter and it's getting longer.
News 11 at 7, your primetime news source, starts now.
We have the final totals from this year's Hardee's Rise and Shine benefit for Heat Up St. Louis. It raised $571,000. Way to go. Well beyond the goal of $300,000. The money will help St. Louis area families cover heating bills and what has been a tough winter.
Coverage you can count on. This is Fox 2 News at 5.
We have the final totals from this year's Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat benefit. This is the 19th year for the event. They raised $571,000. The goal was only $300,000, so they passed that goal by 90%. Proceeds from the event go to heatup.org or to those into those.
Today is the annual Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis. And we have Fox News' Catherine Hessel live in Maryland Heights, where they are serving up some biscuits and taking your donations. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning. Yeah, you're really going to miss out if you don't get out here and get your Hardee's biscuit this morning. Now, it is $1. That donation goes to Heat Up St. Louis. You can obviously donate more if you want to. Joining me is Tara Oglesby with Ameren, Vice President of Ameren. And you are donating a lot to Heat Up St. Louis today, and just first tell me why you like the organization.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, helping the communities that we serve is an important part of what we do at Ameren. It's an important part of our culture. And Heat Up St. Louis helps the communities that we serve in so many different ways, especially our most vulnerable customers. You know, during the summer, during the winter, it doesn't matter. They're there to help them when they need that support the most.
And so you can donate a few bucks this morning, but Ameren's donating a little bit more than that. Tell us what you're doing.
We are. We're actually donating $250,000, and it's really part of even a bigger commitment to Heat Up St. Louis, where we're giving them $2 million over the next 2 years. So we're really proud to be able to do this to support such a great organization.
Oh my gosh, that is a big chunk of change. That's awesome. Thank you to Ameren. I know Heat Up St. Louis will definitely appreciate this. Obviously, this is not the type of donation you have to make this morning. You can if you want, but also just come in for a $1 biscuit. That's a great option too. I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
250,000 biscuits now.
I mean, I'd be willing to take on that challenge.
I'll take one. I don't know about 250,000 of them.
Yeah.
I'd give
Very
it a couple
generous.
days.
Maybe a couple of
people.
years. One for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My cholesterol will go through the roof.
There is still time to donate to Heat Up St. Louis. Nearly $600,000 has already been raised. All you have to do is go to a Hardee's and you can donate through the rest of the day. Heat Up St. Louis helps those who cannot pay their heating bills or they need help getting access to heat. But it's pretty incredible. It's almost $600,000.
Have a heart, heat a home. That's the motto today at the annual Rise and Shine fundraiser at area Hardee's locations.
All donations today will help Heat Up St. Louis heat the homes of low-income residents. Our Steve Harris is live at Hardee's on Hampton with more about this great cause. Hi, Steve.
Yeah. Here's what you do. So till 10:30, pay $1, get a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit. The whole $1 goes to Heat Up St. Louis, which helps pay for heating bills for people that have trouble paying that. But look, Ameren showed up, and they're making a very large donation to this. Let me ask you, Constance, why is this something Ameren likes to get involved with?
Well, Ameren absolutely cares about the communities we serve, and we're a very proud sponsor of HeatUpSt.Louis.org's 19th annual Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat fundraiser. It's an excellent cause. People can get involved. We love to get involved because we know that it helps people. This heat, we need heat right now for folks who are dealing with the cold weather, polar vortexes, all this wild weather that we have. So our seniors, our people with disabilities, low-income families need help, and this is a great way for us all to rally around to help.
So I want you to take a look at this check. They're going to present this check here. Look. $250,000. Very, very nice. I have Michael here. What does this mean to you guys?
Well, this means so much to us because Ameren really gives more than any other company in the entire region in terms of helping those in need with their utilities. So senior citizens and disabled and young people who are low income that need the ability to be able to pay their bills will now have the resources to do so. But we need everybody in the community to help too by coming out to Hardee's today, buying biscuits and making donations.
If it's a simple donation of $1, it goes a long way when a lot of people buy.
Absolutely. And give as much as you can and encourage everyone else to do so because this is such a great cause to help so many people who really, really need the help throughout this entire region.
Again, Ameren making a big donation here. And look, they've got cans here that you can put money in or buy the biscuits, a cheap breakfast, and you're really helping people out.
A lot of generous people and a lot of generous corporations here in the St. Louis area, that's for sure. Steve, thank you very much.
You still have time to grab some breakfast and help out a good cause this morning.
The annual Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis is in full swing at Hardee's locations across St. Louis and the Metro East. Our Steve Harris is live at the Hardee's on Hampton this morning. Hey, Steve.
Corey, great stuff going on out here. So people are coming up and they are buying these sandwiches. I had a guy with a sack of 10. So it's just $1 for a biscuit, sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit, and that $1 goes to Heat Up St. Louis. Not this one. I took a bite out of this. You can buy your own. But look, Mayor Cruzen is here. Mayor Cruzen, what is it?
Good morning.
Yeah, what do you like about Heat Up St. Louis and what's going on here?
Heat Up St. Louis does so much good work in our community. Buying a $1 sandwich this morning is going to help somebody keep their utilities on. You know, we've had a cold winter this year. Looks like we're going to get a little more weather today. Don't want to take the weatherman's job, but we got to help people keep their utilities on because that's an important thing.
I would like it if you did take the weatherman's job, maybe get a better forecast. But listen, you have a check to present. What do you got?
We have $200,000 here, $200,000 that we'd like to present to Tom and to Lori here this morning. They are the Hardee's folks, and that is to help people keep their utilities on. So thanks to Heat Up, we're able to make this difference.
Very, very good. I want to ask you, Tom, what do you think about something like this?
We're just very excited to be here. I mean, we work and we live in this community, and it's just our way to participate and help the needy and, just be a part of the greater St. Louis area.
Because there's definitely a need for this, and if you can come out till 10:30, they're doing this. Come out, help Heat a home. Big check here from the city. As a matter of fact, I saw the city guy actually bought a box full of these things. I guess that's for what your employees.
We bought 100. I hope folks in my office will be eating those pretty soon.
Oh, there you go. I guess I should buy some too. I got the company credit card. I'll buy a bunch for you guys. What do you think?
I think those Hardee biscuits are really good, and for $1, I mean, it goes to a great cause. I think I ate like 3 of those last year, Steve.
Supporting a good cause.
I'm not proud of it. All right, Steve, thanks.
And this will warm you up. Today's annual Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis. Fox 2's Catherine Hessel is live in Maryland Heights, where they are serving up biscuits and taking your donations. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning. If you don't have a biscuit this morning, you're missing out. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's basically what's happening here. Joining me is Steve Ellman, the St. Charles County executive. And so kind of tell me, explain what we're doing this morning.
Well, we need everybody in St. Charles County to come to Hardee's this morning and get a $1 biscuit, the proceeds of which will go to Heat Up St. Louis. And we all know it's been a little cold here lately. There's a lot of folks who, seniors, disabled, those who just can't afford to pay their heating bill. this is who they look to, and this is everybody's chance to make a contribution to make sure that those people stay warm and stay healthy.
Yeah. And I know Heat Up St. Louis, they help 550,000 people, and it's in Missouri and Illinois. So, like you mentioned, we need people all over. Head to Hardee's this morning. It's just $1.
Well, not only in St. Charles County, but also in Lincoln County and Warren County.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not only is it to keep these people healthy, but to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, when you don't have your regular heating source, you start doing some things that aren't real smart and aren't real safe. So we want to keep these people safe as well as warm.
I'm with you. And we've seen a lot of people buying a bunch of biscuits this morning. You could be the hit of your office place this morning. Go to Hardee's, go to your local Hardee's, and just buy a few biscuits. It's a great idea. Send it back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, bring a big sack back to everybody.
I was going to say, I agree. Everybody loves the one who brings the bag of biscuits.
Well, you brought a bag in here and everybody went, ah.
I know. Well, it wasn't me. Somebody. We got to think.
Else. Well, you brought them into the studio. Yeah. And they're gone already, Chris.
Well, mine's sitting over here, but I have to wait for one of my few short breaks.
Chow it down. All right, thanks so much, Darian. Look for a lot of these out today. It is the annual Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis. Fox 2's Catherine Hessel is live in Maryland Heights, where they are serving up biscuits and taking donations, and we'll see if she got one of these bad boys. Catherine?
Yeah, Lisa, this is one of those events. This is the 19th annual one, and it's really a win-win. You get to make a donation to an amazing cause, and you get some breakfast. So again, very win-win. Joining me is Lori and Tom Trotter. So first, just kind of tell me, Tom, explain to me, what is this event? How does it work?
Well, this is one of our favorite events of all the time of the year here in St. Louis. We're supporting Heat Up St. Louis, which is providing electricity and power for folks that need it during this time of year. The offer is we have around 55 Hardee's offering a $1 sausage or egg biscuit, and all the proceeds are going to Heat Up St. Louis to help those in need.
Now, they're $1. You can donate more if you want, because Heat Up St. Louis is an amazing organization. And why do you guys like this? Why do you choose to support it?
We love being part of the community, and it's such a great cause. This has been a brutal winter. A lot of folks really need our help.
Yeah, absolutely. We know it's getting cold today. Now, there are Hardee's in Illinois and Missouri that are participating in this morning. Again, $1 for a biscuit here, but you can donate more. And I know you guys have been working hard. It's early. It's only 5 a.m., but these biscuits are ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have, like I said, around 55 Hardee's all participating, and so there's, probably nearly 1,000 team members out there arriving early, making biscuits, cooking sausage. We also have around 700 volunteers out there today, helping with the canisters and just helping greet customers, guests as they come in. And again, we're just really proud to be part of this whole event, and it's such a good cause.
Yeah, and we're excited to be out here this morning, so stop by any of the Hardee's. Treat yourself. It's a Friday morning before the weather gets bad. Just get out there, get some good breakfast going. I know we'll be out here all morning talking more about Heat Up St. Louis and serving some biscuits, so I'll send it back to you in studio.
One of those just warm biscuits sounds good right about
A
now.
little bit of cheese on there, melting.
I'd take it plain.
Yeah.
Well, how would you like to be a hero of the office today? Sounds pretty good, right? Well, get this. It's cheap and easy, and it's all for a great cause.
With more on this, we go to 5 on your side. Chief Meteorologist Craig Moeller, who's up bright and early this morning to hang out at Hardee's on South Broadway. Craig, how's it going down there?
We're starting to get a little buzz around here now. We're excited. It came out the first half hour or so, a little quiet. Now folks are coming out, and let me introduce one of the folks that's come out here, Michael Main, the president and chairman. Amron, thank you so much for being here. You guys have had an amazing partnership with HeatUpSt.Louis.org.
Yeah, good morning, an early Friday morning here. Yeah, we're thrilled to be out here again. We've been partnering with HeatUpSt.Louis.org for a better part of 12 years. It's just a terrific organization, helping in a really difficult situation.
We're focusing on the cold right now, but this is a year-round thing. During the summer, Amron's been a huge partner in distributing air conditioners and helping out. The work never stops.
That's right. You're right. And again, Heat Up is just a tremendous partner in doing that. They've done a great job in expanding their reach. They are in 34 different counties. And so we couldn't be more thrilled to be a sponsor with them.
And both sides of the river, important to know, all the money raised stays in our local communities to help people through these tough weather times, both hot and cold. You come out to area Hardee's, you buy a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit, $1. All the proceeds go to help heatupstlouis.org. Look at those biscuits just waiting to be purchased and devoured. You could buy 50 of them, take care of the entire office, and know that you're helping out heatupstlouis.org. Big check presentation here. We are so excited. And Reverend Nance, we're going to talk to this man in the next half hour. Let's take a look at what Ameren has been able to do.
Yeah, so Craig, we're thrilled to be donating $250,000 to this event this year.
$250,000 from Ameren to Heat Up St. Louis. It's got to make you feel great. This is awesome. All right. We will be talking with Reverend Nance. I hear a spattering of applause from the studio. Guys, we're going to send it back to you, and we'll have more coming up.
I can't wait for Craig to go work the drive-through window as well. Put that man to work, not just holding checks.
What location are you at?
All right. Thank you, Craig.
That is incredible. And, you know, it couldn't come at a better time because we are having that winter weather.
Gosh.
Before you start making that breakfast this morning, you're going to want to listen to this. Hardee's is giving out biscuit sandwiches for just $1.
$1. But it's all for a good cause. All the proceeds go to Heat Up St. Louis.
And that is where we find our chief meteorologist, Craig Moeller, who worked the 10 p.m. last night, and he is now at the Hardee's on South Broadway this morning. Craig, how are you feeling? Have you had enough coffee?
You know what? The coffee's helping, guys. This is awesome. Look at all those biscuits back there. This crew has been working, and this is just one of the 55 locations around St. Louis. Both sides of the river benefit from the work that they're doing here at Hardee's. And we want to talk about this incredible program. Let me bring in Mark Kern, St. Clair chairman, county chairman, and you picked up 52 biscuits, $1 a piece. All the money goes to heatupstlouis.org. Who are these for? What are you doing?
So these are for the St. Clair County Highway Department. Marty Crawford, Centerville Township Supervisor, also wanted a load, so we're taking them over.
So take care of the highway department. They've had a tough go with all this weather and, the road repairs and all the good work that they're doing. Talk to me about the need on the east side as well. People think, okay, St. Louis metro area, there's a lot of work being done in Illinois.
There's loads of work. Thousands of families have been helped by this program. All the money that you spend in your community stays in your community.
That's
with
so
Hardee's,
important.
and we appreciate Hardee's and Ameren getting together on this program for us. It makes a big difference. We've seen a nasty winter this winter. People's heating bills are way up, and they've got to decide how to pay them. And we want to encourage people not to use unsafe means to heat their homes. This is the way we're able to do that, by helping to get people's bills paid.
The goal this morning, $400,000, and every time you buy one of these biscuits, a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit, it costs $1. 100% of that goes to heatupstlouis.org. So important. Thank you so much for being out here this morning. And again, all the proceeds this morning, you come out, you grab a great breakfast from Hardee's, and you're helping out people right here in our communities. Guys, back to you.
All right, and Craig, just so you know, I want to make sure that you are on top of Andy Sidwell, our photographer behind the camera. We gave him money to bring us back some biscuits and some hash browns, so make sure he does it. Yes.
And we're helping.
And
we're helping our neighbors.
Yeah.
Amen.
All
right.
Thank you, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
All right, thanks, Darian. Now how about a nice hot breakfast to get us through today and get us off on a good start?
That would help a little bit. And this morning, you can get a breakfast biscuit for just $1.
Ooh.
And you can help the less fortunate in our area pay their heating bills at the same time. Fox News' Catherine Hessel joins us live at Hardee's, the Hardee's in Maryland Heights, for the annual fundraiser for heatupstlouis.org. And I bet you guys have sold a lot of biscuits this morning.
Oh, yeah, we are a lot of biscuits here. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so we're highly recommending that you try it out this morning. Joining me is Chief Dennis Jinkerson with the St. Louis City Fire Department. So first, let's go over again how people can donate.
Very easy. Go to any of the Hardee's restaurants in Missouri or Illinois. There's 55, almost 55 of them. And all you have to do is put $1 on the table. We're going to give you either a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit. Every penny goes right back to the community to provide heating resources to keep people safe this winter.
Yeah, and talk about that. How important is it for people to have a good heating resource?
Well, we don't want anybody using the secondary heating source. We want them using their primary furnaces, and we're going to help them keep the heat on. Just, it's $1. That's all it is. And we know every year, I compare Heat Up St. Louis to a smoke detector. Heat Up St. Louis saves lives, and we know they do by providing heating and the utilities. The money, it just helps them. It keeps them going, and we don't want to see anybody die during this cold weather. And unfortunately, it's coming on again this weekend. Yes. So come on into Hardee's, spend $1, spend $2, spend $100. Every penny goes right back to the community to keep our disabled, our senior people safe during the winter.
Yeah, and keep them safe, keep you guys safe, because I know you guys have to get out there and fight those fires when something goes wrong with the secondary heating unit. So it is well worth it. Again, just $1. You can go to any Hardee's. This is also happening in Illinois. So if you're in the Illinois area, head over there, pick one up as well, and get some for the office. I was saying, we've seen a lot of people doing that here. You'd be a hit. I think so. All right, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Catherine. All right, thousands in the St. Louis area are struggling to pay their heating bills each year.
But this morning, you're going to be able to help by simply grabbing breakfast for $1. Fox 2's Catherine Hessel. She is live at the Hardee's in Maryland Heights, where the annual Rise and Shine event is happening here for heatupstlouis.org.
Yeah.
Ooh, good morning, Catherine.
Good morning. Yes, like you mentioned, just breakfast for $1. That donation goes to Heat Up St. Louis. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So we're suggesting you come. You can get a biscuit. You can either get a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit. You make the donation. You can donate more than $1 if you want as well. Now, joining me is Griffin, the Executive Director of Affordable Housing Trust Fund. And you guys are donating a lot than more than $1 to Heat Up St. Louis. And tell me why you like the organization.
We need the necessary services to ensure that our residents who are disproportionately spending 50 to 70% of all of their income on heating and cooling and rent, that they still have money for food, for medicine. And so we are happy to partner with Heat Up St. Louis to help us carry out our mission to end chronic homelessness and to create a stable home environment for our seniors, for those disabled, and our low-income residents.
And so tell me, what are you presenting the organization with this morning?
This morning, we're happy to present Heat Up St. Louis with a check for $200,000. For 2019, we've partnered with them for the last 12, 13 years, and we're happy to continue that much-needed service.
That's wonderful. And also joining us is Reverend Nansen. I know you're on the Heat Up St. Louis board, and what will this mean?
This will help us to help so many people, the seniors, the disabled, the low-income people who are making those kind of decisions between heating and eating or heating and their prescription drugs. This will help us help several of those to pay their high heating costs and be able to stay warm in this weather.
Exactly, and it is a cold one today. So why don't you eat and donate? That's what we're talking about this morning. Come on out to any Hardee's. They're in Missouri and Illinois. There's 55 locations that are participating. You have until 10 a.m., so it's well worth it. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
That is fantastic. Big chunk of change.
Big chunk of change. That's
right.
Great to see. It's wonderful.
Let's turn to something nicer this morning, like a biscuit for just $1. That is the deal at Hardee's at the annual Rise and Shine for heatupstlouis.org. And we've got Fox 2's Catherine Hessel. She is joining us live in Maryland Heights, where breakfast is ready, along with the county executive. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, the county executive could serve you your breakfast this morning. It's pretty simple. It's $1. You get either a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit, and that money goes to Heat Up St. Louis. So it's really a win-win situation this morning. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I did this myself.
I can see it. Looks great. And so talking about Heat Up St. Louis, tell me, why is it good? Why is it a great organization for our area?
Well, I mean, it quite literally delivers such a basic service to our community, and it's really sad when you see the folks that are suffering in the cold. You know, it's 2019, and we still have people who quite literally cannot heat their homes, and this organization keeps people warm in the winter, which is just, it's basic, and it needs to be done.
Yeah. And it really does. It's kind of one of those things. It takes a village to all come together and make things operate well. And this is one of those organizations where the community can donate today, and the money is spread out. It goes to Missouri and Illinois.
That's right. And we're not talking about a big donation. We're talking about $1, for these biscuits that you're seeing right here on this tray. And it's really easy to come by, purchase biscuits, and I would encourage you to purchase as many as you can. So.
Yeah, and you can donate more than $1 too, or you can just keep getting biscuits. Someone did ask me, is it one per person? No way.
Oh no, I ordered 300, so you can do it.
Exactly. I don't think they're all for you though.
No, I'm going to pass them out.
Okay, good. That might be too many.
I might do 150 of them or so.
All right, we'll see how that goes. But definitely stop by any Hardee today. There's 55 locations, again, in Illinois and Missouri, so come check it out. I'll send it back to you in studio.
Biscuits.
Who do you think would sell more, the county executive or Catherine Hessel?
Well, just because Catherine Hessel is a co-worker, I'm going to cheer for Catherine.
There you go.
Have a heart, heat a home. That's the motto today at the annual Rise and Shine fundraiser at area Hardee's locations.
All donations today will help heat up St. Louis, and that'll heat the homes of low-income residents. Our Steve Harris is live at the Hardee's on Hampton with more about this great cause. Hey, Steve.
Oh, it is a great cause. It's a sandwich just like this one. Not this one, but like this one, because I'm going to take a bite out of this one later. You don't want that. For $1, you buy one of these or you buy an egg biscuit, and all the money goes to heat up St. Louis. Now, let me ask you about Pam Walker here. What is it that you guys do?
We helped over 550,000 people since our inception, and with the help of the community, we raised $400,000 last year at this event, $1 at a time.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, and the $1 that you give stays in that Hardee's neighborhood. We're in Illinois and Missouri. 55 Hardee's are participating, and it's just an incredible, joyful day, really, for St. Louis to come out and help people. It's just amazing.
So how important is this event for what you guys do?
It's a big part of our fundraising effort, and it helps people keep on the utilities, but it has also helped us expand to do things like education and outreach and help with budgeting, so that we can help people not get in the same situation again. And, people are really struggling between rent, utilities, right. Medicine, food, and if we can take utilities out of that equation, we can keep people from being homeless, we can keep them healthy. It's really a tremendous effort by the community.
So come on out, all you got to do, $1 for this sandwich or an egg biscuit, and all that $1 goes to that organization. They've also got cans here you can donate in. It's a great breakfast and a great cause.
Absolutely, Steve. It's great to hear the numbers, too, of how many people have been helped, how much money has been raised. This event always draws a huge crowd.
So hopefully it does again.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Steve. Still have plenty of time to grab some breakfast and help out a good cause this morning.
That's right. The annual Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis is in full swing at Hardee's locations across the St. Louis and the Metro East. Our Steve Harris is live at Hardee's on Hampton with a very special guest. Hey, Steve.
I have a very special guest. Now, here's the thing. We talk about this, but I've got Chief Jenkerson actually sees what happens when people have trouble with their heating bills. Well, what kind of stuff you guys see?
They always go to a secondary heating source. They use space heaters. They'll use their oven. I mean, they use any means possible to try and stay warm. And unfortunately, it leads to fire deaths. So buying a $1 biscuit this morning is going to save a life. We've seen it, because every heating season, the first fire death we have is almost always connected to a space heater. We don't want people to use those. Use your primary heating source. We come by Hardee's, spend $1. Every $1 goes back to the community and provides heating resources for our disabled, our seniors, and we do it every day. So every $1 is going to be used. So you can even put it in the can.
Somebody came by and did that a minute ago. See, yeah, you're a popular man out here. So let me ask you this. Heat Up St. Louis, how important are they?
Well, we've been doing it 19 years. Yeah. Heat Up St. Louis, I'll relate them to smoke detectors. They're going to save a life.
Nice.
We know they do. So this is an easy way. If you forgot Valentine's dinner, come by here and buy a biscuit for your honey. We're ready to go. So it's easy. It's easy.
It is easy. And only $1, and all the money goes to Heat Up St. Louis. See, yeah, Corey liked that. He thought that was good. Maybe do that. Bring some back till 10:30. Buy it at any of the Hardee's locations, and it stays in that area for those heated stores. I really appreciate the Chief showing up. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Steve, hopefully you're bringing back breakfast for our crew.
Yeah, last year our news director, Scott, brought back a huge bag of Hardee's biscuits. So
all for a good cause.
Absolutely.
A biscuit for $1. They're going to be filling up these aprons with all kinds of dollar bills. It's Hardee's annual Rise and Shine for Heat Up St. Louis. And Fox 2's Catherine Hessel is joining us live in Maryland Heights, where breakfast is being served this morning. Or there you are. How many dollars do you have in your apron?
Here I am. None yet. I need more people to come by so I can put a few more bucks in here. I know, we got to fill this up, and we've all been told breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So it's time to get to Hardee's and start getting those biscuits. Now, joining me is Denise. You are the president-elect of Heat Up St. Louis, and that's what we're raising money for this morning. So let's talk about, if you want to donate today, how can you do so?
Great. Folks can come into any area Hardee's. There's 55 participating in the area and get a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit sandwich for $1, and then that $1 is donated to heatupstlouis.org. If they also want to donate something extra, these canisters will be in the hands of our volunteers today and also on the counters at the Hardee's this weekend.
Yeah, and there are tons of volunteers out here this morning. And again, all this money goes to Heat Up St. Louis. We've had a cold winter, and it's still going to be cold. It's very important. And so what is Heat Up St. Louis? What do they do for our community?
Well, in addition to raising awareness on safe heating methods, we're also able to help area nonprofit organizations that are serving families in need. Directly, families can reach out to heatupstlouis.org or to those social service agencies and find out how to get help with their heating bills.
Yes, so might as well come on out this morning. Again, you get breakfast and you're donated to a great organization. And someone did ask me on Twitter, is it only one per person? No way. You can get as many biscuits as you want. Come on, we need a few bucks in our pockets here. Send it back to you in studio.
Yeah, I ate 3 of them one year.
That's it?
I felt like a glutton.
Did you give 3 though? 3?
Oh.
That's right. They're $1 a piece. It's a good deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal.
We wouldn't know this
donate
morning,
more.
No, I've worked that routine before, and I always came out weighing more when it was all over. So.
A big thank you to everyone who took part in the Hardee's Rise and Shine for Heat event this morning. Hardee's in both Missouri and Illinois sold sausage biscuits and egg biscuits for $1. All the money collected was donated to Heat Up St. Louis to help those less fortunate with their heating bills. At last check, this year's event has raised more than $527,000. Last year's total was over $400,000.
Today, you can eat at Hardee's for a good cause. It's the 19th annual Rise and Shine for Heat. Hardee's locations in Missouri and Illinois will raise money for Heat Up St. Louis. You can get a sausage or egg biscuit for only $1 today from 6 in the morning to 10:30 this morning. The money helps low-income people pay their heating bills during the cold winter months. Last year, the event raised a record-breaking $415,000.
You know, in having this conversation and split between you two gentlemen here, it really brings to mind there's so many things that the fire department does that people don't realize. I mean, you have so many different areas of responsibility. Garen, just give us some idea of some of the things people probably don't know about.
Well, you know, you always see on the various television shows the firefighters getting the cat out of the tree. Beyond what you know we do, I don't think I fully comprehend everything we do, because as new things arise, we're just the outside of the box entity people call when they don't know who to call. Mm-hmm. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm not encouraging folks to do this, but senior's thermostat isn't working properly, and she can't call her son. The fire department feels that call, and it's nothing that we would come on a show and talk about ordinarily. But there are so many different circumstances where people, you just don't know who to call. It's not a law enforcement matter. It's in the middle of the night. The fire department often comes out and takes care of whatever it is. And, we partner with Heat Up St. Louis. Just getting off, before we came in, the chief indicated that they raised a new high. I think it was 570. I don't want to misquote that. We'll get the right number. But, partnering with them, that's one of the things this past summer. I remember responding with a company at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was upper 90 degrees in this senior's home. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, we got the information at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we dispatched a pumper. And I went and got the air conditioner, met them there, and we happily, and I say happily, it is 3 o'clock in the morning, but we're a 24-hour operation. And we put the air conditioner in, and she was certainly pleased. So really anything outside of the norm where you just don't know who to call, the fire department, and this is just not just here in St. Louis. It's what the fire service is around the world. We fit in those little gaps where you don't know who to call. And the number, it was $571,000 was raised with the Hardee's Rise and Shine, the 19th annual fundraiser with Heat Up St. Louis. So that's just one of the examples of some of the many things that we do that, beyond putting out fires or, a medical call, a car accident, just the things that you ordinarily associate the fire department with.
All weekend long, those cans will be out at all the area Hardee's, so come on in and help.
That's Heat Up St. Louis President-elect Denise Liebel. Yesterday's 19th annual Hardee's Rise and Shine event had some 55 restaurants participating and nearly 700 volunteers. Longtime volunteer and St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson stressed how important it is for people to have safe heating sources to stay warm.
Chief, you see it firsthand, the damage that can be done when people are using alternative heating sources.
Right. Every year when we start looking at our fire deaths and what happens in the city and the county, you can almost relate, I'll say 75 to 80% of our deaths to alternative heating sources during the winter. These space heaters are very dangerous. If they're in the room and you leave, you got to turn them off. You got to unplug them. But every year we see fire, we see deaths, and it's just, there's no way around it. There's no safe way to use these heaters, in my opinion.
Now, the collection canisters will be up all weekend long at area Hardee's restaurants. If you cannot make it there, though, you can always give the gift of warmth at heatupstl.org.
And today is the 19th annual Hardee's Rise and Shine fundraiser for Heat Up St. Louis. Participating Hardee's in Missouri and Illinois are offering sausage and egg biscuits this morning for $1. All proceeds go to Heat Up St. Louis.
Let's check in with Maria Kina again. She is live at the Kirkwood Hardee's on Manchester for the Rise and Shine fundraiser for Heat Up St. Louis. Maria, I love that location of Hardee's. How's it going over there this morning?
Hey, Tom. Business has really picked up. We not only have a crowd inside of representatives for Heat Up St. Louis, they're also collecting out through the drive-thru, and now we've got a full drive-thru. We've been talking about the fact this is the 19th year for this event. For people who might not know, Heat Up St. Louis, a great organization that helps the elderly, the disabled, and those people who just can't pay their utility bills. St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson still here with us at this location. They're kind of bouncing around to all the different stores because there are 55 stores, both Illinois and Missouri, that are hosting Heat Up St. Louis. $1 gets you either a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit. This is a wonderful event, but best of all the money and every penny that we collect today goes straight to Heat Up St. Louis. They've partnered with Hardee's for all these years, and it's just a great event to show your support and most of all to save lives, because that's what this comes down to. People cannot be without heat, so we need your help. Broadcasting live from Kirkwood Hardee's, Maria Keenan, News Radio 1120 KMOX.